Hey neighbors, Nick again with Kodiak Heating and Cooling for episode 2 of the Kodiak car series. So today we're going to talk about HVAC maintenance, what it is, why it's important, why you should be on an HVAC maintenance plan, but also how to not fall for the HVAC maintenance scam, right? The $49 to $89 tune-up, safety check, whatever you want to call it, scam. And I'll talk a little bit about that later in the episode. But we'll start off with what HVAC maintenance is, why you need it, why you should be on a plan. So HVAC maintenance, I look at it as three separate things, three categories. The first one is actual maintenance, actual cleaning of your system. This should be done on a regular basis. These are mechanical machines. They need to be maintained. If they're not maintained, things break. So the biggest example of this is your outdoor units, your condensing coils. So your outdoor unit has condensing coils, pipe that refrigerant runs through, and a lot of time what you see are these kind of metal grooves, metal grills around the system. And what's essentially happening here is you have your motor on top. It's pulling air into the unit and then up through the top. So if you put your hand over a condensing unit, the machine outside of your home, you feel the hot air. The reason you feel the hot air is because you have the fans pulling the air into the system and up. The reason it's pulling air into the system is to take heat out of your refrigerant lines. So the reason it has the metal grooves is to distribute that air evenly across the refrigerant lines to remove heat evenly. Those grooves are very tiny and very tight, and over time you get debris and buildup in those. If you don't wash them properly with chemical coil cleaner, you don't get as much airflow through, you don't remove as much heat, your system doesn't cool as well, it runs for longer, you can overheat a compressor, you could overheat a fan motor, and by not having those coils cleaned correctly at least once a year, the potential for more costly longer term problems start to arise. So then you could also look at things like your indoor coil. You could talk about your blower motor, maintaining your drain line, your flame sensor on your furnace. So part one of HVAC maintenance is actual cleaning of the system. Part two is checking all the mechanical components for proper amperage, to make sure they're working correctly. The reason this is important, for example, is you can look at your outdoor unit again. You have a fan motor on there. The fan motor is overamping. It's still working, but we can tell that based on the manufacturer specifications, it's not operating correctly. It's on the way out. Now you have the option of changing that motor early to avoid any unwanted downtime with your system. If you choose not to do so, that's totally fine. The motor's working right now. Your system stops working. Now you know, hey, last time our HVAC tech was out here, they mentioned this motor might be bad. Now you know to shut your system off. That way the system isn't running without those coils being cooled down. That way you don't overheat your compressor or cause any further damage, right? So, number one is cleaning the system. Number two is catching things that are breaking down ahead of time, and both of these things allow you to avoid unwanted downtime with your system, but also avoid kind of larger repairs or breakdowns in the future. The last one is visual inspection, making sure that you don't see signs of things wearing out that need to be addressed. Good example of this, if you have a system in an attic, you have a pan under it to catch water. If we go in and we see a water stain or a rust mark, but the system seems to be operating fine, well, we don't want you to spend money on doing repairs if there's nothing wrong, but that water or water stain is concerning because we can't find anything particularly wrong at the moment. Now, if we're going to your home on a regular basis, now we can keep an eye on that, right? Because we're documenting things that we're seeing. And when we go back out the second time or the third time or the fourth time, the fifth time, we're referencing that last time we were out there, and we're saying, hey, this is what it looked like last time we were there. If it looks the same and your system's running fine, maybe that was something that was caused years ago, and there's no longer an issue. But if we see that spot getting larger, now we know to say, okay, while the system might be working right at this moment, something's causing this, and we can start looking at different things like a potential small crack on a primary drain pan that's not visible when we're doing inspections because of where there's milder and we're not in peak 100-degree weather, so we don't have as much condensation being drained out, right? And there's a million examples of this. But essentially it's always good to be on a maintenance plan. It's always good to find a company that you like to come out on a regular basis and inspect your system, just to make sure that they can catch these things and make sure you don't have unwanted downtimes, and avoid larger long-term repairs by making sure your system's clean and you're fixing small things as they come up. So now we'll move into the HVAC maintenance scam, the $49 tune-up scam. Unfortunately, what's happened a lot in the industry, especially with the private money investment, is one of the downsides as a business owner in the HVAC field is your fall and spring, right? Your slow seasons. So what do companies do in these slow seasons? We sell maintenance plans, so we can come out twice a year. When it's slow, we can check your systems over, we can look at them, make sure they're running well. Well, if a technician is at a company that is heavily commission based, and they show up to your home and they're trained to sell, they're going to find things that don't necessarily need to be addressed. But if they don't run up the average price on that ticket, they don't make any money, right? They don't make money to put food on their family's table unless they can sell you more things. So what happens a lot of times is when they come into your home, they're not even really doing maintenance, right? You're on a protection plan, a priority plan, or call it whatever you want to call it, but are they chemically cleaning your coils? Are they really spending 45 minutes to an hour per system and doing a detailed, thorough check and inspection? And the answer, more times than not, is no. So when you're paying the $49, $69, $89, what you're getting is, and sorry if this is controversial, but I like to call them a trained sales assassin, right? They're being trained to go into your home and find things to sell you, whether you need it or not, because that's how they're being judged by their company. And this is awful for the employee, this is awful for the homeowner, and it's just not the right way to do things. So this maintenance season, make sure that if you're paying for maintenance, you're getting maintenance. Be wary of the tune-up specials and the seasonal specials and the safety checks. Who's going to your house? What are they actually there to do? Do they have your best intentions in mind? With that being said, we offer maintenance plans. We do things the right way, and hopefully you give us a chance. So right now we're still running our free HVAC maintenance raffle. So what this is a chance for you to try out our maintenance plan for a year. You'll get 2 visits, fall and spring, heating and cooling. We'll go through our 42-point inspection. You'll get an inspection report from us. And it's a way of letting you try our services at no cost to you, to hopefully show you that we do the things the right way and we can earn your business long term. So please, somewhere either up here or down here, there should be a link. Register for the raffle. We want to help you out, and we look forward to seeing you. So thanks again for listening, guys. Bye.